Hi, I'm Nick, a former Amazon bar raiser who now runs a service called Amazon Bound, where we help talented job seekers to interview effectively with Amazon and other FAANG companies. Today, I'd like to talk about a question I recently got from a customer. The question is, should I disclose during the Amazon interview that I have a learning disability? The answer to this question is clearly a matter of personal choice. There's no right and wrong answer here. The best I can do is share my perspective with you, which hopefully will help you reach the right decision. So when I talked to this customer, I told her that I don't think that she should disclose her learning disability to Amazon. Why is that the case? Because I think the risk-reward ratio of disclosure versus non-disclosure is significantly skewed in favor of not disclosing your learning disability. You could, in my opinion, get about 85+% of the upside during the interview without disclosing that you have a learning disability, whether that's ADHD, dyslexia, or another type of learning disability. Having a learning disability or not is not an Amazon leadership principle, meaning that Amazon wouldn't necessarily know what to do with this information in order to increase your chances of being hired or not. This is just information that's going to land between you and the interviewer, and you are going to be largely at the mercy of the interviewer how they're going to interpret that information. In other words, during the interview, you should describe your accomplishments professionally. You should describe your failures professionally. You should use the SOAR/STAR methodology to answer Amazon's behavioral interview questions. Nowhere in that spectrum would it matter if you had a learning disability or not. Therefore, the upside of you delivering this disclosure during the interview is relatively small. Now, let's talk about the downside. The downside, unfortunately, I think is much more significant. Why is that? Because you could stumble upon an interviewer who is prejudiced against your learning disability. Maybe they won't even be aware of their prejudice, but the prejudice would still be there. Further, the hiring manager could be under a lot of stress and pressure to deliver results, and they could interpret your learning disability as a potential liability to them. Of course, that's not the case, but you don't want to take that chance. Therefore, to summarize, in my opinion, you should not disclose any potential learning disability that you may have during your Amazon interview. Stick to the process that we've outlined in our preparation. Describe with data and illustrations your professional accomplishments and failures. Use the STAR methodology, the SOAR methodology, to explain to Amazon why you raised the hiring bar, and leave that personal information to yourself. I hope this is helpful. If it is, please subscribe to this channel, and best of luck in your Amazon interview. You've got this.